Hey Relations, how's it going? So welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Alright, we'll just jump right into the questions here because I do not have anything else to talk about, and that is why I am doing a Let's Talk. Okay, first question, do you consider anywhere home? This is a really interesting question because I've thought a lot about this while traveling and also just in my normal life, because my entire life I have traveled. I haven't stayed in one place for longer than 4 years, and in most places for about a year and a half. So we've moved a lot as a family, so this is something that I have to think about a lot. It's not easy to know. But right now, what is home for me would probably be North Carolina. And it doesn't make much sense because I only lived there for about a year and a half compared to Washington, which I lived right before North Carolina for 4 and almost a half years. So that doesn't make much sense, but for me it just feels more homey. I think I liked North Carolina better than I did Washington. I lived in Spokane, by the way, if you know where that is in Washington State, not DC, different places. If you're not from the United States. One's on the East Coast, the other's on the West Coast. But yeah, I think I consider it North Carolina. That may just be because I lived there last, like that was the last place I lived permanently, but I'm unsure. Well, I'm wondering if as soon as I'll move into another permanent house, like when I move out, will that instantly feel more like where I come from than North Carolina? I don't know. Maybe, we'll see. And also, another thing that might be influencing that is I made a lot more friends in North Carolina, and I talk to most of them more than I do with my friends in Washington, so that may be it. I'm unsure, but yeah, North Carolina is what I consider home. Davidson, North Carolina. Okay, next question. How do you pass the time in the car? I have a couple different things I do, but they all involve my phone, so I need this fully charged on a long drive. What I do is I'll generally either listen to podcasts or music. And I've made multiple videos about the music I listen to, so if you want to know about that, you can just go back and watch those. But in terms of podcasts, I have a lot of podcasts I listen to. I'll just list off some of the podcasts that I listen to right now. Okay, I listen to 99% Invisible, not Indivisible. I always say Indivisible for some reason. Invisible, All Songs Considered, Car Talk, Car Stuff, Ear Biscuits, Lore, Movie Crush, Pop Culture Happy Hour, Rocket Jump Film School, Stuff You Should Know, the Tofugu Podcast, and This American Life. And those are the podcasts I generally listen to. I have a couple others that I listen to on and off, but those are the main ones, and they are all very good. I love podcasts. And if you don't know what podcasts are, first, where have you been? Podcasts are massively popular these days, but they're all about an hour long, and they all come out with either weekly or bi-weekly, I can speak English, bi-weekly episodes. That means there's a lot of material to listen to on drive, so I'm almost never bored on my drives. On to the next question. This is actually a combination of two questions, both concerning Stranger Things. The first is, do you watch Stranger Things? Yes, I do. I love Stranger Things. I finished the second season, and I do really like it. It's not quite as good as the first season in my opinion, not quite as fresh, but it is still very good considering. And I'd say if I hadn't seen the first season, it would be perfect. So it's a possibility that it's just that thing where it has to be like twice as good to feel just as good. That's a possibility, but I really did like it. And the second question was your predictions on season 3. And for season 3, I'm unsure, but I'm thinking it's gonna have a lot to do with that episode 7 where Elle goes off with that other girl. Was she 9 or something like that? Elle goes off with that other girl who was also in the facility, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of that kind of thing going on, and there's a possibility that Papa is still around. Maybe that was just like I don't know, it's a possibility, I'm unsure. We'll see. I hope it's as good. I'm worried that they will get worse and worse as it goes on, but the second season was good, so I'm hopeful, but we will see. Hopefully it doesn't change too much. That was my least favorite episode 7. It's because it did not feel like Stranger Things to me. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hope and pray. All right, on to the next question. Favorite book at the moment? Okay, my favorite book has been my favorite book ever since I lived in North Carolina, which was almost 2 years ago now. And I used to not be able to pick a favorite book. It was like picking, a favorite child. I couldn't do it. But I now have a favorite book, and this book is Dune. I may have mentioned this before, but it's Dune. It's so good. It's like the Lord of the Rings of sci-fi, and it's amazing. I don't want to spoil anything. Just go read it. It's a pretty long book, but it is really good. I love it, and I want to make a better movie than the movie they have currently.
Greatest terrors.
Based on Dune, because it is so good. The story's great. There's lots of backstory. Is that what it's called? How did I just forget? I think it's backstory. Oh my gosh. I'm a disgrace to all film if I can't remember. I think it is backstory. But yeah, it's my favorite book of all time, and it will probably remain that way for a long time, if not forever. It's so good. Do you enjoy other Asian cultures as well? And this is pertaining to me enjoying Japanese culture, because if you don't know, or if you haven't watched my channel for very long, I am obsessed with Japan and Japanese culture and Japanese language and everything like that. But this question is, do I enjoy other Asian cultures as well? I do. I really love Asian culture in general. I think it's really interesting because they're all very foreign, and they're all completely different from European culture in every way. Because American culture is technically a European culture. But I love it. I like Chinese, I like Korean, I like Southeast Asian stuff. Everything's cool. It's very interesting, very different. I really like the languages and just a bunch of different stuff. I do enjoy other Asian cultures. Okay, who do you think is going to take over the world? Dolphins or squirrels? I personally think this question is pretty easy because, first, if Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy taught us anything, it's obviously dolphins are going to take over the world. I mean, they're intelligent, they can fly, they can sing and dance. They're going to take over the world. I'm 100% sure they would be the ones. Squirrels don't have a chance against those dolphins. They ain't got no chance. Okay, and on to the last question. And I was waiting and hoping for this question to happen. Use skosh in a sentence. I am excited about this question. Because if you follow my Instagram, as you know, in my bio, I have said I'm trying to make skosh a popular word. And I will now define it for everyone. Alright, according to Google, skosh is a noun, and it means a small amount or a little. And the example sentence that they have, a car could do with a skosh more room in the back. So it is essentially a replacement for a little bit or a small amount or anything like that. And I would use it like, this notebook is a skosh nerdy. This cover thing that's gold is a skosh bit gaudy for my container for my microphone. When I put water in my water bottle, I like to spike it up with a skosh of speed. But yeah, I love that word. The origin of the word comes from Japanese, the sukoshi. I believe it came over when the occupation of Japan was going on from America. The soldiers brought it back over, but it is still it's not very well known, but I really like it and I want it to be well known. So use it in your life. It would be great if we could make that word popular. It's a great word. And that is all the questions for today. But there were quite a few questions about my language study and Japanese, and I think I may want to do a video on that in the future. But yeah, I'll probably make a video about that in the future at some point. And another thing is, this December, I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas. And Vlogmas is where you vlog every single day of December. And I used to vlog daily, and I think the longest I ever consecutively vlogged daily was probably about 5 days, and then I missed a day or something like that. But I think I'm going to attempt to do Vlogmas every single day in December, come out with a daily vlog. I'm gonna attempt, I'll try. I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'll try. So if you want me to do that, there will be a comment down in the comment section below, and like that comment, because I'm unsure whether or not it's worth it. But I think I want to do it, but yeah, it's gonna be difficult. So if that comment gets enough likes, I will do so. So yeah, definitely go like that. And that's all for today's video. So I guess I will see you next week. Adios, amigos.